Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to stage 23 of building the Ecto-1. That one, the Ghostbusters car from the films with the ghosts in it. Not that, the other one. Yeah. In this issue, I will be building, or doing some more of, the rear chassis and fender liners. I'm assuming that they're fender liners. I don't know. It feels like something. They're plastic, so they're going to be lining something. They're not going to be part of the display piece. This is another great big honking piece of metal, which we're going to be doing things with in a moment. But first of all, step one, fitting the shock absorbers to the bracket. These are obviously the shock absorbers. You can tell by the way that they're shock absorbers. They will be fitting using 2 AP screws because these 3 parts are plastic. So let's get 2 of those screws out from that packet. Move that over there. Grab a screwdriver. And let's see about putting them in. Now these do have a direction, so they've got to be coming away from that bit by the looks of the picture. You should know by now, I very rarely read the words. So I'm hoping that the picture is telling us all the information that we need. It goes in there. I shall look at the words while I'm doing the screwing. Locate the first shock absorber and align the screw hole at the end with the screw hole in the middle. Fixing with 1 AP screw, then affix the remaining shock absorber with 1 more screw. So that goes on there. It's fairly tight, but it still moves. I'm sure that's about right. It's got a funny angle like that, so I don't know where the other end of this is going to fit, but it's got to be something to do with the wheels, isn't it? Or something. I don't really know. So that goes on there, and that one goes on there next to it, a bit like that. Both in there, nice and secure. I'm going to do that a little bit tighter because I can. Then this is attaching to this about there like that. There's a little pin coming out there, so you've got to get it the right way round. That's going on there thusly, and that is being held in place from the other side with 2 JP screws. So let's get both of those out. One on a screwdriver, lined up and good to go. Somehow we're going to hold that in place while putting the screw in on the other side. A bit like that. That sort of worked. And I'm pretty sure the other one is going to work just as well. Like that in there. Pretty much they've got to go in the right place. Like that. It looks like we're then fitting more things to this side. So I'm going to bend those actually down out of the way because I'm going to be putting that down there like that. We're then fitting these, which I think... are they the same? They appear to be the same. No, they're different. These pieces come at different angles. So you've got to get it the right way round. Let's see. Is that going to go over there? It looks like that will. Will it go over here? It looks like it won't. Well, it won't at the right angle. So that's going to go over there. Like that. This one, therefore, will go over here. It will, like that. And we're going to be using DM screws for that. 3 in each. So let's get 6 of those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. That's about 6 to me. One in the middle. I know it can't escape. I'll put one over the other side in the middle. That can also no longer escape. Next up comes the fun bit. We're going to be fitting this rear chassis to the rest of it. And it's going to start getting big. I mean, yeah, I thought it started getting big before. But now we're going to add another, foot. It's not a foot, but it feels like it is. To the length of it. So I shall do this with it sort of hanging off the edge of the bench. And then figure out how we're going to do things going forward, because it's getting a little bit bigger than... I did know it was going to be a big car, but I didn't know it was going to be that big a car, if you know what I mean. It's going to be like twice the size of the DeLorean, I think. It's going to be huge. So yeah, we'll figure it. We'll work it out. I think obviously a lot of the build is going to be sort of separate subsections that are then installed, which is quite useful, rather than having to install it all and build it, you know, onto the framework from the get-go. We'll figure it out. Get this tightened down. Do. On the actual screw makes doing up the screws so much easier. Who would have guessed? Go. And that one feels good down there. Let's make sure the others are secure as well. I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. They feel good. So that's that. Right. To do this, we're going to be using 6LM screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and another one. That's all of those. We're going to be using CM screws afterwards to attach that bit, which is going. So let's just figure this bit out. This goes that way round, and then this goes underneath it that way round on the underside somewhere, somehow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm not fitting that bit quite yet. We're going to be using this bit because it's not quite long enough. We need to make it a bit longer. So that we will be doing here with these going upwards, yes. So that's fitting onto there. The other way up though. Yes. No. Oh, it is from that side. Right, they're going onto there like that. So these 6 holes here and 6 sockets there all line up. It's got that step to it, but that's okay because that's what the other bracket on the other side will be reinforcing and supporting. Now the trouble I'm having at the moment is I've got one hand out of action because it's holding the rest of the car. See if I can get this lined up a little bit. There we go. Get a few of these in. Just when I thought it was all going peachy, it failed. There. Right on the floor. That one in there. If I get the screws in first, that might work easier. It might not, but you know, it might. Out there. Right, let's try again. Yeah, they're going. Obviously need to make sure these are properly tightened. You don't want to leave any of these loose. This is the proper holding it all together stuff. Let's turn that round that way. Put that there and rest that there. Then I might be able to use both hands. Now they're all lined up and I'm sure they're all in the right place. I can tighten down all of these. Go. Oh, for an electric screwdriver. It would be nice, but also it's nice to have the tactile sense of them being properly tightened rather than relying on a sensor to start slipping or something like that. So I'm quite happy to use a real normal screwdriver. So that's that on there. That's quite secure. I'm quite happy with that. But I do need to turn it over. This is the tricky bit, because turning it over and being careful not to engage any of the engine parts anywhere. That's going on there like that. So that's the bit that we just attached to it. Got the cabling there as well. So this side of this actually joins up to that, making sure the cables are inside. These have to come upwards inside. Yep. Okay. Making sure I'm not trapping them underneath. Fairly happy with that. Mostly. There's a little bit of slippage and distortion crept in, but we're okay there. Now this says using 10 of these CM screws. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Get all the screws out. And as long as I don't drop any, I know we're going to be okay. It's obviously going to be 5 aside, but it's attached from the other side. Right, so that needs to be somehow out the way over there. Right. Yeah, so I've got to hold this in place while turning it over again so I can fix it from the other side. Right. Let's figure this out. If I go halfway, then I can get a couple of screws in and everything should start to hold itself in place at least a little bit, won't it? Got to do it a little bit. Getting those two up this end. Again, not tightening them down until I know everything is okay. Basically, we're going to be using lots of different screw holes for this. There's one there. That's same for that one. I feel that going into a hole I can. That feels good to me. Let me do the same on the other side. Right, before I turn it back to that, so I can put in the rest, let's just check. That seems to be lining up okay over there. So let's turn it back over that way so we're not resting on the engine at all, which is a much happier connection than I'm using. Being careful of the plastic bits, obviously the part of the suspension, which do line up quite nicely with the where the wheels are going to be. So we've got 1, 2. Where are the rest? There's one about here, one there. Okay. So that's 6, because there's 2 of each. So there's 2 more to go. I reckon it's going to be there and one of those up there. It is indeed that one there. Can I feel that again? There we go. That's there. And which one at the top? Not the one closest to you, to the camera. It's over this one. It's this one here. Or it should be, according to the picture. Yeah, does that feel like that's going into a hole? It sort of does. So that's that. Let's get the other 2 in there and then I shall tighten them all up. And that will be that. What I am going to do with this video, although it is almost quarter of an hour long already, I think the others are going to be a bit more buildy. So I'm going to tighten those up off camera, but I'm going to come back and show you the magazine. We're going to look through the magazine first up. So yeah, I'll get those done. I'll come back with the magazine. See you in a moment. Right, that all tightened up nicely. It's fine. Next up, we're looking at the magazine, as I said. This is issue 8, so it's pack number 8, containing 23, 24, 25, and 26. So 23 is obviously what we've just done. Let's start at the beginning. We'll have a quick look through the parts. Why not, while we're here? Yes, so that's the part we've done. 23, 24, we're going to be putting the rest of the bits around, and the engine cooling system, the radiator and things, isn't it? See, I learnt stuff about cars. 25, structural parts for the front of your engine, as well as the horn and junction box. 26 is all parts under the hood, control box, battery, and oil reservoir. Building, obviously, we shall go through and show you that as I get to do each part of the build. The actual words this month are about Bill Murray. Wild Bill. Ad-libbing and manic energy were crucial to the success of Ghostbusters. Yes, I'm sure he would quite a joker on set, I expect. So yeah, that will be quite good fun. Make sure I'm turning over one page so you're not missing any information. Dr. Peter Venkman, obviously. There we go. Murray moments. Okay. Bathtub Monster. I don't remember very much about that. I don't know. Did it just appear? Was it like a brief scene thing? I'm sure it probably was. Not a major character because I would have remembered. Gary Montalbano? I don't know. Apparently, concept artist. Very nice. I like that's very scary looking. I'm glad that didn't make it in. Unless it did, and I'm blanking it out. Yeah, that's that. That's all of this for this month. Number 8, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. Yes, this man has no dick. Yep, cool. Great things that make Ghostbusters great, obviously. And next time, issue 9, which will be later in the year. Not too much later, hopefully, but yeah. More parts. I don't know. They look like brakes, maybe. Not sure. But yeah, because we've only got 2 wheels, haven't we? We haven't got the back wheels yet. No idea what any of those parts are. Some sort of roll bars or things, or they look the same. So obviously left and right for whatever it is. But that's that. Obviously the parts for this time, which again, I wouldn't have recognised any of from the picture. So thank you very much for joining me for this part of the build. I shall see you very shortly for stage 24, because that's 23 that I've just done. Stay safe and hope you're enjoying the build. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.